This daily exercise after 58 can lower blood pressure and prevent heart attacks. If you've been feeling tired, dizzy, or anxious lately, don't just blame age, because what you're experiencing might not be aging at all. It could be something you can actually begin to reverse today with less than 10 minutes a day. Most people believe that once the body slows down, life must slow down with it, but that's simply not true. You're not broken. You're not too late. And your heart, it still wants to fight for you if you'll give it the chance. In this video, we'll reveal one of the simplest daily habits proven to lower blood pressure and reduce your risk of heart attacks. No gym, no medication, no pain. Just a few minutes that could transform your day, your health, and your confidence. But before we dive in, let us know in the comments where in the world are you watching from. We'd love to know who's walking this journey with us. Stick around, because what you hear next might just change everything. Number 1, brisk walking. Brisk walking remains one of the most underestimated yet most powerful tools for protecting the heart after the age of 60. It is not just about putting one foot in front of the other, but about inviting the cardiovascular system to stay alive, flexible, and resilient. The science is clear. According to the American Heart Association, consistent brisk walking for 30 minutes a day, at least 5 days a week, has been shown to lower systolic blood pressure by an average of 7 to 10 millimeters of mercury, which can be as effective as some first-line blood pressure medications. The National Institutes of Health further reports that regular walking reduces the risk of heart attack by nearly 30% in older adults, while also improving cholesterol profiles and enhancing blood vessel function. This is not a miracle cure, but a proven physiological response of the body when it is given the opportunity to move at its own steady rhythm. There is a safety in walking that is unmatched. Unlike strenuous exercise or heavy lifting, brisk walking creates little strain on the joints, requires no equipment, and can be done almost anywhere. It is accessible to people with varying levels of fitness, including those recovering from illness or managing chronic conditions. In fact, studies published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society show that seniors who walked daily reported fewer falls and greater independence in daily living compared to peers who remained sedentary. The simplicity of walking allows the body to work naturally with gravity and breath, avoiding the risks of overexertion that can come with high-intensity exercise in later life. The emotional dimension of walking should not be overlooked. Stress is one of the invisible enemies of heart health, and walking helps combat it in profound ways. Walking outdoors exposes the body to natural light, which helps regulate circadian rhythms and improve sleep. The steady rhythm of footsteps works as a form of moving meditation, calming the nervous system and lowering the release of stress hormones such as cortisol. A recent study from Stanford University showed that walking in natural settings like parks or tree-lined streets reduces rumination, the cycle of negative thoughts that can elevate stress and, over time, blood pressure. A real-life example illustrates how powerful this practice can be. In Minnesota, a 7-8-year-old man named Harold began walking around his neighborhood every morning after breakfast. At first, his legs felt heavy and his breathing was labored, and he doubted whether it would make any difference. Yet within 2 weeks, he noticed he could stand for longer without fatigue. At his next medical appointment, his physician confirmed that his blood pressure readings had improved and his pulse was steadier. What started as a hesitant attempt soon became a treasured part of his daily routine. His story is not unique. It is a reflection of what the human body can do when given consistent, gentle effort. There is also a social gift in walking. Older adults often face the quiet burden of loneliness, which has been linked to higher risks of hypertension and cardiovascular disease. Walking with a spouse, a neighbor, or even with a dog transforms the exercise into an act of connection. Companionship during walks provides not only physical support but emotional nourishment. A walk shared with another person lightens the sense of isolation and creates a small but meaningful ritual that sustains both body and spirit. The cultural significance of walking in America cannot be ignored either. From small-town main streets to urban parks, walking has long been tied to freedom, independence, and community. For older adults, Reclaiming this simple act is a way of holding on to those values. Each step is a reminder of the mobility that allows visits with grandchildren, strolls through farmers' markets, or the ability to stand proudly during family gatherings. Brisk walking is not merely exercise, it is the preservation of identity and dignity. The path forward is simple yet transformative. Choose a pair of comfortable shoes, find a safe route near home, and begin with what feels possible. It might be 10 minutes at first, then 15, and eventually 30. The goal is not speed, but rhythm, not exhaustion, but endurance. The body will adapt, blood pressure will respond, and confidence will grow. The key behavioral change suggested here is to make walking a non-negotiable part of daily life. Treat it like taking medicine, because in many ways it is. Place it on the calendar, pair it with an existing habit such as after breakfast or before dinner, and gradually let it become a rhythm that anchors the day. Brisk walking is not about chasing youth, but about embracing strength in the present moment. With every step, the heart grows stronger, the mind calmer, and life itself more vibrant. Number 2, chair squats. A common fear among older adults is the possibility of losing the ability to stand up independently or suffering from a fall. This fear is valid, as data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reveals that 1 in 4 Americans over the age of 58 experiences a fall each year, often leading to serious injuries, hospitalization, or long-term loss of independence. Beyond the physical risks, this anxiety alone can quietly weaken the body. When fear takes hold, movement is avoided, muscles deteriorate, and blood pressure often rises as the body remains in a constant state of stress. Chair squats provide a safe, effective, and scientifically supported way to confront this fear while building both strength and confidence. The movement appears simple, standing up from a chair and lowering back down with deliberate control. Yet it activates the quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings, the largest muscle groups in the body. These muscles function like a second heart, helping to pump blood back upward toward the chest. Improved circulation reduces the load on the cardiovascular system, lowering blood pressure and enhancing vascular health. Findings published in hypertension research demonstrate that lower body resistance exercises, including squats, are directly linked to improved arterial flexibility, a factor essential in preventing hypertension and cardiovascular disease. Chair squats are also one of the safest ways to strengthen the lower body. The chair provides both stability and a sense of security, eliminating the need for complicated equipment or gym access. This makes the exercise suitable for people with different fitness levels, including those managing chronic conditions. Because the movement mimics a daily action sitting and standing, it prepares the body for one of life's most essential tasks, ensuring independence in everyday routine. The psychological effect of this exercise is as valuable as the physical benefit. Every successful repetition communicates to the brain and body that capability remains intact. Over time, this repeated affirmation builds self-assurance and reduces the fear of falling. Consider the story of Martha, an 82-year-old woman from Oregon. She began with only 5 chair squats, relying heavily on her arms for support and doubting she could progress. Yet by adding 1 repetition every few days, she reached 10 squats without assistance after just 3 weeks. Medical follow-up revealed improved resting heart rate and steadier blood pressure, while her daily confidence in moving independently had noticeably grown. Her story reflects the transformative potential of consistent effort. The underlying physiology explains why this exercise works so effectively. Stronger leg muscles support venous return, the upward flow of blood back to the heart, reducing swelling and lowering the risk of clot formation. Improved muscular activity also enhances insulin sensitivity, helping stabilize blood sugar levels and further protecting heart health. Chair squats therefore provide more than muscular strength. They recalibrate the body's circulatory and metabolic systems. Beginning this practice requires only a sturdy, stable chair and a safe surface. Feet should remain flat on the floor, aligned with the hips, while arms may be crossed over the chest if balance allows. Rising slowly, pausing briefly, and lowering with control ensures maximum benefit while minimizing risk. Starting with 3 to 5 repetitions is sufficient, with gradual progression as strength improves. The behavioral change encouraged here is to transform every encounter with a chair into an opportunity for strength. Instead of sitting once, practice standing and sitting 2 or 3 times. Small, consistent repetitions done daily are more impactful than occasional bursts of effort. Chair squats are not simply an exercise, but a declaration of independence, a rehearsal for life without reliance, and a reminder that the heart, the body, and the spirit remain stronger than fear. Number 3, wall push-ups. 10 years after undergoing triple bypass surgery, a man named Leonard found himself afraid of his own weakness. His arms tired easily, his shoulders felt stiff, and even lifting a small grocery bag seemed daunting. Nights were restless, filled with worry that his body was slowly closing in on itself. What changed his course was not a dramatic medical procedure or an expensive fitness program, but something as simple as pressing his palms against the wall. Wall push-ups offer a unique blend of accessibility, safety, and measurable benefit for heart health. Unlike traditional floor push-ups, which can place strain on wrists, shoulders, and the lower back, this movement adapts to the needs of an older body. By standing an arm's length from the wall, placing hands shoulder width apart, and slowly bending and extending the elbows, the chest, shoulders, and arms are gently engaged. This action promotes blood flow in the upper body, improves circulation to the heart, and enhances vascular elasticity. Research published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research highlights that light resistance training, even in the form of wall push-ups, can reduce systolic blood pressure by 5 to 7 millimeters of mercury, while improving overall cardiovascular resilience. The safety of wall push-ups is unmatched. No equipment is required, and the wall itself provides support and stability. The exercise is low impact, reducing risk of injury, yet powerful enough to stimulate the muscles and cardiovascular system. For many older adults, traditional push-ups feel intimidating or even impossible, while the wall creates an inviting entry point. A few controlled repetitions performed daily can gradually build endurance without overwhelming the body. Beyond physiology, there is a psychological release in this practice. Standing tall, looking forward, and pressing against the wall creates a subtle yet profound shift in posture. Shoulders open, chest lifts, and breath deepens. This expanded stance allows more oxygen to enter the lungs and more calm to enter the mind. A study from Harvard Medical School confirms that improved posture and breathing directly correlate with reduced stress and lower blood pressure. The motion itself becomes symbolic. Each push away from the wall is also a push away from doubt, fear, and the idea that aging must mean decline. Leonard's story illustrates this truth. What began as 10 push-ups during his morning routine turned into 30 over time. His balance improved, his blood pressure medication was reduced, and perhaps most importantly, he rediscovered the joy of sleeping through the night without anxiety. He often said, "It's not magic, it's muscle and oxygen learning to work together again." His experience is a reminder that even the smallest, most unassuming effort can reshape health and restore confidence. The underlying science further supports this. Repeated, gentle resistance exercises stimulate the endothelium, the inner lining of blood vessels, making them more responsive to changes in blood flow. This reduces the likelihood of dangerous spikes in blood pressure, one of the hidden precursors to heart attacks in later life. In addition, the rhythmic contraction and release of upper body muscles improves circulation, reduces arterial stiffness, and enhances the efficiency of the heart's pumping mechanism. Incorporating wall push-ups into daily life requires only intention. The practice can be tied to existing habits: 5 push-ups while waiting for the kettle to boil, 10 before brushing teeth, or a short series during a television program. Consistency, not intensity, is the secret. Every repetition builds strength quietly, reinforcing both physical endurance and emotional resilience. The suggested behavioral change is to treat the wall as an ally in maintaining strength, rather than passing by without thought. Pause, place hands, and press. Each wall push-up is more than an exercise. It is a statement of perseverance, a refusal to let age dictate decline. With every gentle push, the heart is reminded of its strength, the mind of its calm, and the spirit of its resilience. Number 4. Leg raises. A surprising discovery in cardiovascular research is that the legs are not just for mobility but act as a natural pump for the heart. Studies from the European Society of Cardiology reveal that when the large muscles of the legs contract, they assist the heart by pushing blood upward against gravity, easing the workload on the cardiovascular system. This simple fact explains why prolonged sitting is now referred to as the new smoking, since immobility allows blood to pool in the lower body, raising blood pressure and increasing the risk of clots. Yet the solution is remarkably accessible. Daily leg raises performed while sitting or lying down can revive circulation, strengthen critical muscles, and protect heart health. Leg raises may appear modest from the outside, but the internal impact is profound. When one leg is lifted slowly, held in the air for a few seconds, and lowered with control, the quadriceps, hamstrings, and gluteal muscles are activated. These are among the largest muscle groups in the body, and their movement directly improves venous return, the mechanism by which blood flows back to the heart. As circulation improves, blood pressure stabilizes, and swelling in the ankles and calves diminishes. A study published in Circulation demonstrated that older adults who engaged in daily lower limb exercises experienced a 15% improvement in vascular function within just 6 weeks, showing that the body continues to adapt positively at any age. Safety is a defining feature of this exercise. Unlike jogging or heavy resistance training, leg raises create no impact on the joints, making them especially suitable for those with arthritis or limited mobility. They require no equipment and can be practiced in familiar settings on the edge of a bed before sleep, in a living room chair while watching television, or even while waiting for water to boil in the kitchen. The simplicity of this habit removes common barriers to exercise, ensuring that cardiovascular support can be built into daily life without disruption. The psychological benefits are equally powerful. Regular practice restores a sense of control over the body, counteracting feelings of fragility that often arise with age. Consider the experience of Ethel, an 81-year-old woman who once avoided walking to her neighborhood store for fear of stumbling. After 3 weeks of daily leg raises, she noticed her steps becoming steadier and her grip on handrails loosening. She told her physician, "I stopped feeling fragile." This small but profound shift illustrates how strengthening the legs does not just preserve mobility but also rebuilds confidence in independence. From a scientific perspective, the benefits extend beyond circulation. Leg raises improve muscle endurance, which contributes to better balance and posture. They also engage the core muscles, helping stabilize the spine and reduce lower back discomfort, another common concern in later years. Improved balance reduces fall risk, while stronger muscles contribute to a greater sense of steadiness. All of these outcomes indirectly support heart health by reducing the body's overall stress load and creating conditions for more relaxed blood pressure control. Adopting this practice is straightforward. Begin by sitting upright on a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor. Slowly lift one leg, extend it fully, hold for 3 to 5 seconds, then lower with control. Alternate between legs, aiming for 5 repetitions on each side. As strength improves, increase the number of repetitions or extend the hold time. The progression should be gradual, with consistency as the primary goal. Even brief sessions practiced daily can accumulate into significant improvements over weeks and months. The behavioral change suggested here is to pair leg raises with existing routines, transforming idle moments into opportunities for health. A few lifts before bedtime or while watching the evening news can become rituals that anchor the day in strength. Each controlled motion is not only an exercise for the legs, but also an act of reassurance for the heart, proving that small, deliberate choices hold the power to transform long-term well-being. Leg raises remind the body that movement equals vitality, and that vitality can be renewed even after 58. Sometimes, life feels heavy. You wake up tired, you scroll through your phone, and you wonder if you're really moving forward or just stuck in the same place. You try, you fail, and you try again, yet the world seems to whisper, "You're not enough." But listen closely. That whisper is wrong. Failure doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're learning. Every setback is proof that you're still in the game. Every mistake is a step forward, not backward. Progress isn't about being perfect, it's about refusing to quit. It's about standing up one more time than you fall. It's about believing that your future self is built by the choices you make today. The late nights, the small wins, the moments no one else sees, those are the bricks of your success. So don't give up now. Your story isn't finished. In fact, it's only just beginning. And the best, most beautiful chapters of your life are still waiting to be written by you. Keep going. Your future self is counting on you. Number 5, torso twists. The soft creak of a wooden chair, the gentle sound of breath moving in and out, and the slow rhythm of the body turning from side to side create an image of quiet strength. Torso twists may not appear as dramatic as running or lifting weights, yet this graceful motion holds profound benefits for heart health, circulation, and emotional well-being. The act of twisting engages the core muscles, massages the internal organs, and gently stimulates the spine, offering a unique blend of physical and psychological renewal that is especially important after the age of 58. From a scientific perspective, twisting the torso improves flexibility in the spine and strengthens the abdominal and oblique muscles. These muscles are vital for stability and balance, reducing the likelihood of falls, one of the greatest health concerns for older adults. Beyond musculoskeletal benefits, research published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science demonstrates that rotational movements such as torso twists improve blood flow through the abdominal cavity, assisting the return of blood to the heart and reducing cardiovascular strain. In addition, these exercises stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, helping calm the body, lower stress hormones, and contribute to steadier blood pressure. Torso twists are remarkably safe, requiring no equipment, no strenuous effort, and minimal space. The movement can be performed while seated, making it accessible even to individuals with limited mobility or balance challenges. Sitting tall with feet planted firmly on the ground, the upper body rotates gently from one side to the other, guided by steady breathing. Each turn is both a stretch and a release, encouraging blood vessels to stay elastic and muscles to remain supple. Unlike abrupt or forceful exercises, torso twists are fluid and forgiving, which makes them suitable for daily practice without risk of overexertion. The emotional resonance of this movement is equally significant. Years of accumulated stress can settle in the body like tension wrapped around the heart. Gentle twisting becomes a symbolic act of loosening that grip. With every rotation, there is an uncoiling not only of muscles but also of thoughts and emotions. A study conducted at the University of Illinois found that older adults who practiced rotational stretching reported decreased anxiety and improved mood after just 4 weeks. The researchers concluded that physical release can directly translate into emotional resilience. Consider the experience of a retired school teacher who once described feeling as though her body had stiffened with age. She began incorporating torso twists into her morning routine, only a few minutes each day while listening to the radio. Within a month, she noticed that the tightness in her back had lessened, her breathing had deepened, and she no longer felt quite so fragile when turning to reach for objects. More importantly, she admitted that this daily practice gave her a sense of renewal, as if each twist was untangling not just her muscles but also her worries. The benefits extend beyond the body. Twisting motions improve digestive function by stimulating the intestines, a benefit that indirectly supports cardiovascular health, since poor digestion can contribute to inflammation, a known risk factor for hypertension and heart disease. Regular practice, therefore, supports a holistic approach to wellness, steadying the heart, improving mobility, calming the nervous system, and aiding the digestive process. Adopting torso twists is simple. Sit upright on a sturdy chair, feet firmly on the ground, hands resting lightly on the thighs. Inhale deeply, then, as you exhale, rotate the upper body to the right while keeping the hips anchored. Pause briefly, inhale again, then return to the center. Repeat on the left side, continuing for 5 to 10 repetitions. Focus on slow, controlled breathing throughout, allowing each exhalation to release tension. The behavioral change encouraged here is to make torso twists a moment of mindfulness. Instead of sitting passively while waiting, perhaps for a meal to cook or a television program to begin, use that time to breathe deeply and rotate gently. Each twist is a reminder that flexibility can be preserved, that stress can be eased, and that the heart benefits when the body is given even the simplest chance to move. Torso twists invite the body to remain open and resilient, proving that health after 60 can be nurtured one graceful turn at a time. Number 6. Heel raises. In many fitness discussions, there is often debate about what matters more for heart health, strengthening the upper body or the lower body. Some argue that cardio alone, such as walking or cycling, is enough, while others insist that resistance training should take priority. Yet overlooked in this debate is one of the simplest and most powerful movements available to older adults: heel raises. Though frequently dismissed as too basic to matter, this exercise carries profound benefits for circulation, balance, and blood pressure regulation, especially after the age of 58. The physiology is straightforward but remarkable. When the heels lift and the body rises onto the balls of the feet, the calf muscles contract and act as a pump, sending blood upward toward the heart. This mechanism, often referred to as the muscle pump, directly supports venous return and prevents blood from pooling in the lower extremities. Research published in the Journal of Applied Physiology demonstrates that engaging the calf muscles in repeated contractions can significantly improve venous flow and reduce systolic blood pressure by as much as 6 millimeters of mercury. In older adults, by improving circulation in this way, heel raises decrease the risk of swelling, clot formation, and hypertension-related complications. The safety and accessibility of heel raises are unmatched. Unlike many strength-building exercises, they place minimal strain on joints and can be performed anywhere, even while holding onto a chair or countertop for support. No equipment is needed, and the movement is so gentle that it can be repeated multiple times throughout the day without fatigue. For individuals with arthritis, osteoporosis, or limited mobility, heel raises offer a secure method of strengthening the body without risk of injury. Equally important are the balance benefits. Falls remain one of the greatest fears and health risks for older adults, often leading to hospitalizations and loss of independence. Heel raises strengthen the calves and ankles, creating a more stable foundation for walking, climbing stairs, and standing for longer periods. A clinical trial conducted by the Mayo Clinic found that seniors who practiced heel raises daily for 8 weeks experienced not only improved blood pressure, but also a 20% improvement in postural stability, reducing their fall risk significantly. The psychological dimension of this exercise is striking. Rising onto the toes creates a subtle yet uplifting sense of lightness, as if defying gravity even for a moment. This physical lift often translates into an emotional lift, reminding the individual that strength still resides within the body. One retired veteran once described how performing heel raises every morning while brushing his teeth gave him a renewed sense of readiness for the day. What began as a small addition to his routine grew into a ritual of resilience, helping him regain confidence in his own mobility. The digestive and metabolic benefits of heel raises should not be underestimated either. Activating the calf muscles increases blood flow throughout the body, including the abdominal region, which supports digestive function. Moreover, enhanced circulation improves the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to tissues, aiding recovery and energy levels. This seemingly small motion therefore contributes to a holistic improvement in overall health. Incorporating heel raises into daily routines requires little effort. Standing with feet hip-width apart, place hands lightly on the back of a sturdy chair for balance. Slowly lift the heels until standing on the balls of the feet. Pause for 2 to 3 seconds, then lower with control. Begin with 10 repetitions performed once or twice daily, and gradually increase as strength allows. The key is consistency rather than intensity, making this exercise adaptable to virtually any lifestyle. The behavioral change suggested here is to use idle moments as opportunities for heel raises, while waiting for the microwave, while standing in line, or even while brushing teeth. The body can be gently strengthened without requiring extra time. Heel raises prove that even in the midst of debate about the best exercise, the simplest movements often hold the greatest value. Each lift off the ground is more than a contraction of muscle. It is an affirmation that circulation can improve, balance can be preserved, and strength can be renewed, one rise at a time. Number 7. Mindful breathing with arm stretches. Picture a morning in the future. The sun is rising softly over the horizon, light streams through the window, and the body greets the day with calm strength. Instead of waking with tightness in the chest or heaviness in the mind, breath flows smoothly, arms stretch upward with ease, and the heart begins the day supported, not strained. This is not an impossible vision, but a realistic outcome of practicing mindful breathing with arm stretches, a daily habit that strengthens the cardiovascular system while nurturing mental clarity and emotional peace. The science behind this practice is compelling. Deep, diaphragmatic breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural relaxation response. This lowers cortisol levels, slows the heart rate, and reduces blood pressure. A study published in Hypertension found that participants who practice slow, mindful breathing for just 10 minutes a day reduced their systolic blood pressure by an average of 9 millimeters of mercury over 8 weeks. When paired with arm stretches, this exercise further improves circulation, increases oxygen delivery to the heart and brain, and enhances vascular elasticity. The combined effect is a calmer, stronger cardiovascular system, with benefits that extend well beyond the heart. Safety and accessibility make this practice ideal for older adults. Unlike more strenuous forms of exercise, mindful breathing and arm stretches require no equipment, no large space, and no risk of injury. Whether seated in a chair or standing, the body can participate fully. The movements are slow and controlled, emphasizing breath over force, which means they can be performed daily without fatigue. For individuals managing arthritis, heart conditions, or limited mobility, this approach is gentle yet deeply restorative. The emotional dimension is equally powerful. Breathing deeply while lifting the arms overhead creates a sense of openness, both physically and symbolically. The posture of expansion counters the hunched shoulders and shallow breathing that often accompany aging, stress, or anxiety. A study from Harvard Medical School confirmed that improved posture through stretching leads to deeper breathing and reduced tension, directly contributing to lower blood pressure. Each stretch upward becomes a statement. The body is still capable, the spirit is still open, and life still holds space for vitality. Real-life experiences demonstrate this transformation. An elderly woman in California, once plagued by insomnia and anxious thoughts at night, began practicing mindful breathing with stretches before bedtime. Within 3 weeks, she reported falling asleep more easily, waking with less fatigue, and noticing lower blood pressure readings at her routine checkup. She described the practice as a daily reset button that brought balance to both body and mind. Her experience reflects what many find. The exercise becomes not just physical activity, but a ritual of self-care that touches every part of life. The practice is simple to adopt. Sit or stand comfortably with feet planted firmly on the ground. Inhale deeply through the nose while raising both arms overhead, stretching gently toward the ceiling. Hold for a brief pause, then exhale slowly through the mouth while lowering the arms back down. Repeat this sequence for 5 to 10 breaths, focusing on the rhythm of movement and the steadiness of breath. Over time, extend the practice to several minutes, allowing the body to relax more deeply and the mind to grow calmer. The behavioral change encouraged here is to integrate mindful breathing with arm stretches into daily rituals. Begin the morning with this practice to energize the body, or close the evening with it to invite rest. Linking the movement to moments already in the day, such as before meals or after a walk, increases consistency. Each stretch is more than an exercise. It is a reminder that breath is power, posture is freedom, and the heart thrives when given both oxygen and peace. This future of calm mornings and steady hearts is not far away. With mindful breathing and arm stretches, every inhale becomes a gift to the body, every exhale a release of burden. The heart responds with gratitude, blood pressure steadies, and life regains a rhythm of balance and vitality well into the years beyond 58. Today's message is simple but powerful. After 58, the smallest movements can create the greatest changes. Whether it's brisk walking, gentle squats from a chair, light wall push-ups, leg raises, heel lifts, torso twists, or even mindful breathing with arm stretches, these daily practices are not just exercises, they're a commitment to life. The science is clear. Consistent, gentle movement helps lower blood pressure, improves circulation, strengthens muscles, and supports better sleep and emotional well-being. But beyond the numbers, these movements tell your body you are still capable, you are still becoming, you still matter. You don't need a gym. You don't need perfect health. All you need is the willingness to begin right where you are, with what you have. Start with 5 minutes. Add one more tomorrow. Pair your movements with something you already do, like brushing your teeth or waiting for water to boil. Over time, those small steps will carry you to a healthier, more confident, and more vibrant you. You are not trying to be young again. You are choosing to be strong today. You are honoring your story, your heart, and your future. That is the power of movement at this age. It's not about speed or strength, but about steady, loving care for your own body. And now, if this video brought you any comfort, clarity, or motivation, please share it with someone you love, a friend, a neighbor, a family member. Let's spread this message to more people who need to hear. Aging doesn't mean giving up, it means showing up every day with grace and strength. Thank you for watching. And if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel right now so that you do not miss the next video. We are so honored to walk this journey alongside you. Please don't forget to leave a comment below. We read everyone. And as always, we wish you good health, deep peace, and joy in every single day ahead. You are never too old to take care of your heart, and your best years may still be unfolding.